week 3 of the fantasy football season, and here's a few quarterbacks I have as sleepers this week. The first guy, C.J. Stroud of the Houston Texans. So far, C.J. Stroud, he's looked pretty decent in his first 2 games of his NFL career for this Texan team. And I know it was both losses, both these ball games for this Texan team. But C.J. Stroud, he's gone out there, and he's actually amongst the league leaders in passing yards this season in the first 2 games. So week 1 in Baltimore, tough game. He threw the ball 40 times, 242 pass yards, 20 rush yards in that one, a fumble loss. And then week 2 versus Indianapolis, catch-up they were playing in that ball game. But Stroud, 384 pass yards, 2 touchdowns and a fumble loss. So right now this week here, the pack matchup at the Jacksonville Jaguars this week here. And this could be another ball game where the game script is struggling early and often and have to play catch up in this ball game and put points on the board. So right now, Nico Collins, he's emerged as a good threat in this passing game here for this Texan team. Tank Dell, he's going to get more snaps the first 2 weeks. He's getting a little bit better as a rookie as well. And also you got Dameon Pierce out of the backfield. So right now, while C.J. Stroud's available still in 85% of fantasy leagues, and he's a quarterback that's putting up some decent numbers in the early going. He's a sleeper this week. The next quarterback, Matthew Stafford of Los Angeles Rams. So Matthew Stafford, this season, we know we came into the year without Cooper Kupp, who's been hurt, obviously, and now we don't know when he's coming back week 4 or 5, but a lot of new guys on this team, and even guys from last season were rookies stepping up. Puka Nacua coming out of nowhere this season, the 5th-round pick so far with 2 monster ball games to start his career off. Tutu Atwell doing well in the receiving game. You still got Tyler Higbee there, and also you got Kyren Williams out of the backfield playing good football. So this week here, a good matchup at the Cincinnati Bengals, who so far they've given up the 5th most fantasy points to quarterbacks on the season. I think Matthew Stafford could go out there and give you a 15, 20-point fantasy day. Week 1 at Seattle, 334 pass yards, 11 rush yards. And then week 2 versus San Francisco, 307 pass yards, a touchdown, 2 interceptions. So Stafford so far to start the year off 2 ball games over 300 yards. And this week here on Monday Night Football, I think he could do a little bit of the same. And I know he is owned in 45% of fantasy leagues, but only started in 10% of leagues. So right now, definitely a quarterback in 2 quarterback leagues or deeper rostered leagues here. 16, 18 team league, I would start as a sleeper this week. And the third and final quarterback, Sam Howell of the Washington Commanders. I know it's a very tough matchup and one of the worst matchups you could have as a quarterback in fantasy football. Here's the Buffalo Bills here in week 3. But Sam Howell, so far, he's gone out there and he's played pretty decent ball for fantasy. I know also with this game, it could be a game they're trailing a lot, and he's going to have to drop back and throw the football early and often 40 or 50 times. So week 1 versus Arizona, 202 pass yards, a touchdown, a rushing touchdown, and a fumble loss in an intro. And then week 2 with Denver in a crazy comeback victory for the Commanders, 299 pass yards and 2 touchdowns. So right now, like I said, I think this is a game they're going to be trailing, and they're going to have no choice but to throw the football a whole lot in this one. So right now, very tough matchup. But like I said, 2 quarterback leagues and deep leagues where you might have injuries or just want to go somewhere else, Howell is a sleeper this week, and he's also still available in 79% of leagues. So that's a few quarterbacks that have his sleepers here for week 3 of the fantasy football season.